we are in the business of the cultural and the creative industry. And this is a very unique business. And now we're talking about the cultural and creative industry during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, production houses haven't been working, you know, artists haven't been working, people have been relying on the stipends, and people have been relying on relief left and right. But we are happy as Archive to say that we continue to work, we continue to create opportunities for artists. So you know, as Archive, we don't just work with visual artists, we're working with actors, we're working with musicians, we're working with content developers as well. So we just want to welcome everyone to enjoy this show. This is not the last episode. This is not the only part of the platforms we're creating. We've got so many opportunities that are coming. We just want you guys to tune in and enjoy. And please also give us suggestions. How can we impact your community? I'm sure you've got artists in your community who don't have a platform. We know we've seen a lot of young people who've been saying they are not given opportunities during COVID-19 to perform on various broadcasters, your SABCs, your TV, your ETV, your DSTV and so on. But through particularly Archive and other organizations, we'll continue to engage these institutions and make sure that artists of our country are empowered with meaningful opportunities. And we want to create job opportunities. We know now during COVID-19, a lot of artists are not working. It's the truth. It's something that is very painful. As Kespanyo Vest also said that a lot of artists are going to lose their houses, they are going to lose their cars. It's very, very bad. And we as Archive, we are saying we can't sit down and say because there's COVID-19 we can't work. We're going to follow the government regulations because look, government is just trying to save its own people, and we must not make the life and work of government difficult. We must contribute where we can contribute, but however, we are saying to government, we want to create opportunities and various online platforms. And we're also saying to government as well, let us have drive-in festivals, let us have drive-in visual art exhibitions, let us have the malls giving our artists platforms. Let's not only see celebrities given a platform and space to showcase their work on various televisions. We're saying with the arts and the industry as a whole is for all of us. So as Archive, we welcome all the talents. We're saying an artist must not be judged because of how many times they appear on TV and how many times that they are being heard on radio. An artist must be judged by the content that they produce. Where you come from, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the amount of work that you have and the knowledge that God gave you. Don't think when you're from a rural area or you're from a township, you must wait. You see, if you can see this particular show that we are hosting, this man has started his own exhibition at his home, at his house. He spoke to his family, they agreed, and he's doing his exhibition, and he wants to extend it. So that's why we're saying we're going to make sure we assist this particular brother so that his work can create many job opportunities. His work can inspire many township young people. Because we're saying it's not always the case where you have to move to town to make it. Let's try to create opportunities where we are staying so that even the young generations that comes follow on our footsteps and we grow our own environment. Thank you very much. Mr. Kgosi, we're very happy as Archive to be here by your gallery. And look, we're going to also assist this gallery to grow and make sure when those funding opportunities opens, we're able to assist you to apply.
When I started this gallery, I've worked with a number of institutions before. I've worked with MTN Arts Institution, I've worked with Imbali Visual Literacy. As I'm here, I was one of the founders of Visual Art Network of South Africa in Gauteng. You know, and today there's Basmark, which we are not being recognized. We are one of the founders of Basmark in Newtown. I grew up in Newtown. When I started this whole process, I've been in and out in Newtown, trying to develop that space. I got it like that, but the Basmark today, I was one of the founder members of the Basmark.
Okay. So basically, yourself, you are encouraging artists to not run away from their communities, to establish things basically where they stay. Because I was speaking to some of the people who are saying the problem with a lot of black people, when they start to become successful, they move to towns and urban areas and they forget about where they come from. I think it's a very good spirit that we are instilling as an artist, because we are saying to people, you don't have to wait to go to town to make a living out of your artwork and to make your work count. You must start now in that shack, in that one bedroom, because what is important is that talent is way bigger than your conditions, where you stay. As long as you are talented, you can change your conditions around. So okay, I'm sure there is somebody who's watching now, somebody who's moneyed, somebody who believes in your vision and your passion, somebody who's saying, no man, I support what Kgosi Khumalo is doing, because he's saying he doesn't want to move this gallery out of his township, but you want to grow this gallery, and this person wants to put funding into your program. What can you say to people like that who would like to support you? Because I know there is somebody who's watching right now as I speak to you, who would like to support you and support the vision of making sure this gallery becomes bigger in the township. Maybe also brief us if there is plans for you to grow the gallery. Thank you.
Definitely. I will definitely appreciate when we have investors. Here we are talking of township revitalization. We are talking of young artists who are growing up, who always wants to come here. Most of the time I see young kids from school coming here and say they got work from their teachers to come to a gallery and do their workshops, and find out I'm not funded, I need to sit down and assist them. One of the grade 7 books, they talk about the same gallery, and clearly our young people, to inspire them, we have to develop a number of institutions within the townships. We need to have theaters in the township, we need to have galleries in the township, and I'm saying that we're here. Let the investors come and support us. And here it's about Joburg, and it's Alexander here, Gomorrah, and when you look at the paintings, the colors are similar, but the environment and lifestyle is different. So that red is there. When you look, that orange is there, that blue is there. So here is 2 different spaces, but different lifestyle. And yeah, the painting here, it's Alex. The painting here is Joburg. Down, right inside in something. So it's different lifestyle that we actually in, and around that side is living in. So yeah, beautiful colors. You can see the emphasizement of the texture and the line. Yeah, that's the one. One line that I'm going to say is that most artists, the majority of them, all what they need, it's a space that they can work on. The rest is history. They get material, they get space. Because most of artists are struggling because of space. But if we can invest in township recreations that are developed by private investors, by government, trust me, we are well sorted.
Okay. Yeah, so tell me, how, because you've been in this industry for a long time, how does a talented visual artist run an effective exhibition? You've been to a lot of exhibitions. What are the challenges with exhibition? I've seen a lot of exhibitions where artists, like I know in Limpopo, Mapungubwe Arts Festival, you find the people, they are there for the whole week, they don't even sell an artwork. What do you think they are doing wrong? How can the artists who want to exhibit their work and make money? And what determines the price of the paintings?
I've been not selling very well for the past few years. I think at some point it's about passion. Sometimes I've been becoming jealous to sell my artworks with that lower price. There's a lot, I'm being honest. There's nothing wrong that those artists are doing. They might have beautiful art pieces. It's one of those processes that we find our artists that are not selling, and who can even do better, rather than who can do better than those artists who are selling very well. And in South Africa, there are very few black artists who are selling their work and who are selling their pieces. We are talking of the likes of Sam Klengetwa. We are talking of the like of the photographer Santin Fukeng, the Hair San. I mean, it's not how beautiful you can paint your work, but sometimes artists need to focus and be passionate about their work. Because as you mentioned something earlier, artist tomorrow is in construction, tomorrow is in cleaning company, and it's focus. Just create your work. I know that you have to eat, and you have to support your family, but I'm not going to lie. Nah? If you are going to spend most of your time wanting to keep on selling, create works, invest your paintings. You know, don't push and sell your paintings for 400 rand, 150 just because you want to eat. No. Now I personally discourage this thing of being desperate. You know, but I'm saying create a studio, create smaller paintings, make a bit of living there, create craft, smaller items that you can, you know, but don't be desperate to sell your works at the cheaper price.
Okay.
And
now, then how do you determine the price? Like let's talk of that Madiba nice painting there. I mean, what do you look into when you are putting in a price? You know, I once took a car to a white garage for fixing. Like, they charged me so much money, and when I spoke to a black mechanic, he said I would have paid 5,000. They charged me about 17 grand. So they told me everything. Their time, they charge you per part, they replace. But what I realized about us Africans, normally we like to cut corners in terms of price. So you as visual artists, when you charge, what do you look at exactly? Are you looking at your time, you spend, the paintings amounts? What determines the price of an artwork?
Okay, let me come there. There's arts visually, fine arts, that's what we call fine arts, there's craft. The craft, obvious, it's the material that you're buying, the time that you're putting in to create a vase, for an example, or to create a bracelet using beads. You know, you do costing, how much you buy this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you spend, for an example, in that vase or that bracelet, you spend 200 rand to create that. It will take 2 weeks or 2 days, 3 days to complete that particular product. And then that's what we call costing. You'll check how much you spend for that time and everything, and then you put up your cost. And also it's the market. And then you create that. We are a Kgosi ezola in the market, and then we put up like starting, and then we're expecting to sell that for 4,000 rand. That's unfortunately, you know. But the price is determined by the quality, by people are not aware if you took 6 months on that, because you cannot create a bracelet because it took you a week and then you want to sell it for 30,000 rand. You know, let me go to fine arts. There's a spiritual connection between your work and yourself as a visual artist. I've got so many paintings that I've sold when I was still growing, and people are saying, yo, that piece you no longer like, you know. And sometimes I feel like I can get money and buy my painting back. You know, it's a spiritual connection. It's I might spend 100 rand to create a piece, but that painting is the value of it can be 30,000 rand. I might spend 2,000 rand to create a piece. The value of that painting can be 2.5, and I make 500 rand. I think this is one painting that I was actually working in. It's coming from Madiba, that painting, and coming from here. I'm working on a piece. When you look at the colors, and the person on the picture is got questions about the situation that is happening currently, and that's why is a Rastafarian, and the body is look at the facial expression is a question of saying what's going on, and are we getting somewhere? And you look at the red and the yellowish colors, because most of my artworks, you'll never miss red and that yellowish colors, very bright colors. So, but it's one piece that it's still unfinished, and it still continue as a question of the lockdown, of kuwenzakalani, because when you look at the eyes, when you look at the, it's the question. We still in that space of asking ourselves, are we really getting somewhere about getting solutions in terms of the epidemic that is facing us. So we're looking forward to the finished product in the next coming few days. This is one painting. You can see at the picture here in Kgosi, and there's a puzzle shop there. There's a bottom that we and then the lockdown, people started to actually respect, because most of the township, when the lockdown started, there was few people on the street. But if you look at the piece and you look at the spaza shop, the business started to close down, and the spaza shop started to shut down, and you see few kids on the street, and when we started this level 5 process, it did work very well, because of we that's why when I did this painting, it was around March when we started the level 5. And very few people were on the street, and hence we managed to kill, not to move with the virus, and it did work very well for us. So the fine arts and the visual art, it's a collection. It's when you sell it, it's not just to beautify your house, and we need to go deeper in terms of fine arts. How do we look at the fine? We need to understand why the fine arts. That's why you find artists mostly doing private work. They'll do the murals, they'll but just selling your artworks just because of you want to sell, sometimes, to me, we are very selfish about our work.
Yeah,
I'm not honest.
Yeah, talking of murals, I know last time when I went to Brazil, you did a mural for one of our projects in Kgosi. Very, very nice mural about the national identity. What I like about the mural, you did it at an old age home where they take care of orphans and kids. And one time I visited that area, I saw kids, they were playing around the artwork. They were trying to learn those different national animals, so I feel murals are very important to an art space, because they are very educative. For example, now you've got kids in a community who are learning about the national identity, your national coat of arms, the national flag, and all these things. So that particular mural, it's one of the best piece of artwork that we have as archive. And every time we go to that particular home, we see that artwork is great. So what inspired that? I remember I was talking to you on WhatsApp, and you were showing me, and I was actually thinking, hey, my brother, you need to kill that thing. You need to make it very nice. I don't want. And honestly speaking, I'm not disappointed. The work that was done there, it's crazy, it's amazing, you know. And I'm happy that as a archive, we paid you very well, you know. We are we pay because we respect the work of artists. What inspired that particular mural of the national identity?
Inspiration is very clear. The monument, the identity of the information that actually was communicated to that mural was very important. I thought there would be continuation, but it's unfortunately sometimes some funds are just being lost again. I think it's unfortunately that the visual art is one of the industries that is not being well supported than music, unfortunately. You know.
No, with that one,
yeah.
there's going to be continuation. Remember, we need to put a lot of those murals for national identity, because you see, our national identity is our national pride. If you are a young person, you are growing in a country, you don't know about your identity, then it means you don't know yourself, you don't know where you come from. So we are promoting those murals of the national identity. And I can tell you, there's a lot of people who don't know how to sing the national anthem. There's a lot of people who don't know about the colors of the flag, the meaning. So the purpose of those murals is to educate the community. Because people learn things faster when they see them every day and read them or watch them on TV every day. So whenever kids are playing, they are working there, they are learning about that particular thing. So I'm telling you, we're going to call you. You'll be taking care of Gauteng with other visual artists. We want to put all those murals and the logos of Sakai all over the country. Because we understand the power of symbolism. Yeah.
No, definitely, Mr. President. Romeo, thank you very much for that opportunity. And it is very clear, as we just mentioned now, that kids and the community, they always go back to that mural. And unfortunately, that our government sometimes they don't see the importance of communication through the street arts. The street arts mural is very important, and I'm giving you a task as Sakais that we can communicate the coronavirus through mural.
Yes.
Because our people, they always go back to those murals. When they look at that mural, it's not only about the visual media, you know, when we discuss these things, but it is through the touch, the color, when you pass and look at that mural. But I think the initiative that you took as a Sakais was very great. Was a great initiative. And one thing that I would like to think about Sakais is that you believe that artists need to benefit from their work, and you pay them very well. But I just want to be honest with you and say what is important most is also the space and the opportunity you're giving us rather than being paid. All we are saying is that we also appreciate, but I'm happy that we believe, we also think that as the artists, but it is the platform that we're creating, it's more important.
No, yeah, thank you very much. I think, my brother, as we're going to do an exhibition where you'll be telling us about your artwork, but I want us to start particularly with this one of Nelson Mandela. And when you spoke about the issue of coronavirus, and I see in your gallery, you've got a very important man in our country, history, in our liberation, you know, the man who fought for the freedom of this country. And you have put a nice artwork. I'm also tempted to check how much is that one. You put an artwork of this legend of ours, our hero. I want you to tell us and the viewers about this artwork. So we are very honored as the Sakais to see that you are not an artist who doesn't understand your environment. You move with time. You know, you are able to recognize the things that the former president fought for using your knowledge and talent. So you take us through that one, what inspired that, what does the artwork mean, then you take us to other, as our crew will also be taking closer looks as we discuss these things. Thank you.
Okay. I've got a painting here. It's our former president, Nelson Mandela, and you can see the collaboration here. It's oil on canvas with collage, and with the epidemic that is on the rise, that has been hitting very hard in South Africa. You know, the dream was the late President Madiba inspiring us, the community, to wear masks. And when you look at the background, you can see that there's variety of news, there's variety of information, and because most of our people are being ignorant in terms of participating and listening to the government and wearing masks and so on. So I think it is the love, because when you look at the colors, when you look at the eyes, when you look at the late Madiba now, is a bit disappointed with the current situation, how we actually attend into the situation. So that's the whole thing about the painting. The name of the painting is Prevention is Better Than Cure. It's very important to prevent and make sure that we stay safe, we stay home, we sanitize our hands, and we wear masks. Okay.
I think the current one also, I know the lottery does support community-based galleries. I think we must also look into that one. Yeah, so as you know, there's a lot of young emerging visual artists or some young people who've got interest in this visual art space who like what you are doing, but some they are giving up, you know, because now it's coronavirus. A lot of artists have been sitting at home. It has been very tough for artists, to be honest, because many people can't work, you know, it's bad, you know. But at least now we are creating these online spaces. How can you encourage a visual artist or a young person who's got dreams? They might not be arts and culture dreams, but they feel like giving up, you know. I mean, you have done it here in a township yourself. But how do you encourage the people out there, those who are watching, who want to be like you? These are people maybe who don't want to buy the artwork, but they also want to succeed, they want to do some great stuff like that. How do you encourage them to move forward? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All I'm saying is very clear. Never give up. Never give up on your dream. As an artist, use anything, any material to create an artwork. Because I know a lot of artists say that, oh, I don't have paints, paints are expensive. Use anything, create medium, create anything. You know, talk to people, share your artwork with different people, and join archives. You know, this is a beautiful organization that is supporting a lot of artists. And then there are other structures that they don't need money. You know, I've studied my art going through libraries. I'm a self-taught artist. There are libraries that have been open for years. Go to archives, you know, go to website. If there's no, you don't even have those opportunity to log in or buy data. But talk about the love of art. Talk about it. If you love it, go around, share your work, you know, with your family, with your neighbors, with your you know, art is you. And I never studied art, never be discouraged. But if you have an opportunity to go and study art, go and study. You know, there are bursaries with the National Art Council, there are bursaries with BASA, there are bursaries. I know the archives will assist. Never be discouraged. They will always support you.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been hearing a lot about me, but don't get tired of listening to this particular show, because this show is here to create opportunities and platforms. Remember, if you have an artist who's doing a great work, or a creative person, a designer or whoever doing some great work that must be exposed, communicate with us. We are from the South African Arts and Culture Youth Forum. We've got Facebook page, and Twitter is @Archive. So let me thank you for taking your time to participate in this show. Let me thank you as well for supporting, not just by seeing. I know you're going to share, I know you're going to buy the products that we're exposing here. So you can't say you have supported somebody if you can't use your money to support them so that they can produce more work. So we're thanking you for taking your time, and we understand, Duri, as Africans, the only way that we can empower other Africans is to share this particular work, is to speak about it. Don't wait for it to go on TV.
Get up.